Hello world. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening world. Wherever you are watching me from. This is another episode in the Longrich Canada Corner series. Yay! So today, it is the turn of the women, super women, to make women superheroes. But before we go into that, let me just see if you guys can recap what we discussed last week. Last week, I concluded on being a Superman, the, superhero in the other room, that private room, how to become a superhero in that other room. And I brought to you a Longrich Gentleman Superior, and I told you what Longrich Gentleman Superior can do. So if you are new to this channel and you just stumbled on it and you're wondering what this is all about, let me introduce myself. My name is Fola Digmo. I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am a Longrich franchise owner, which means that I have a franchise of the Longrich Bioscience International products. And my aim is to bring these awesome products and the benefits to everyone for your awareness and to be able to know what you can use when you have different kinds of issues. I am passionate about health and wellness, and that is one of the reasons why I partnered with this awesome company. And I have mentioned it before, if you haven't heard about it, that Longrich Bioscience International has OEM, original equipment manufacturing, and original design manufacturing with the top brands that you know about. The Lacombe, the Samsung, Estée Lauder, GlaxoSmithKline, Avon, Shiseido, all those top brands. And I have said it before, there is no way you will not at one time or the other have used a Longrich product, because Longrich manufactures for all these top brands. So now it is time for you to know about Longrich products itself. We have over 2,000 products worldwide, and not all the countries have all the products. But as we just started in Canada, we have maybe close to about 30 products in Canada. But then, because we are sort of interconnected with all the other countries, we can always have access to all the other products that they have. I always like to say this, that I am not a medical professional. I like to give this caveat so that people know about it. I'm not a medical professional, but I'm somebody who is passionate about our health and wellness, and that is why I always bring information either on Wednesdays or on Saturdays to people, just to have an awareness of what is going on around them, what is going on in their body, what they need to do. So that's done. So let's look at what we have today, because what we have today sort of links with what we discussed last week and 2 weeks before. So we talked about the Gentleman Superior. We talked about libido issues. And I said that for men, it's easier for men to discuss these issues amongst themselves, because they know that at one point or the other, somebody will have a solution. One of their friends will have a solution. But do you know that women don't discuss this kind of a thing? We think it is taboo. We are either a bit ashamed of, coming out to say anything like that. And it's just totally different for women. But if women can know about what happens to the man, then they will realize that they also need to take their own sexual pleasure into their hands. Yes, I have to say this because we are all adults. There is nothing that, it's taboo anywhere. We just don't want to talk about it. So if you know that, with the issues of men, the Longrich Gentleman Superior, which I brought last week and which I'm showing again, helps to improve sperm count, enhance the sperm quality, it improves libido, it helps with sexual performance. And you know that as a woman, if your man is not good enough, you'll be frustrated. There won't be any satisfaction in that other room. So why would you think that you are the only one who needs to enjoy that pleasure? Why do you think your husband or your man shouldn't also have the pleasure of, being the one in cloud 10? It shouldn't just be one way. And that is why we have to talk about women's libido and women's issues. Yes, it is something that is unheard of. But today, I want to tell you that you can unleash your pleasure. You can unleash your pleasure with Longrich Ladies Superior. This is Longrich Ladies Superior, a libido enhancement. And this is the man's own. This is for men, this is for women. For men, for women. So how do you think it will not be so explosive if both the man and the woman can use this and have sexual pleasure? Yes, I'm going to say it. How do you think they will not have that kind of pleasure, derived pleasure in the other room? So this is what Longrich has prepared for you, for the man and for the woman. So, like I said, we don't always want to talk about the female libido, but it is something that is very important. And I want to say something about what a friend of mine told me at one time, because I'm sure she's also going to watch this. And it's what is happening with every woman all over the world. It's either because we face challenges, due to stress, the same stress that the men go through, hormonal imbalance, and maybe other issues would be the cause of this sexual frustration. And there is a reason why this happens, and there's a decline. It contributes to a decline in the sexual desire, impacting both physical and emotional well-being. So for my friend, when I met her a couple of years ago at the office, she said she was there to buy one of the Longrich products. And why was it? Because anytime the husband said, let's go, she will run into the children's bedroom so that she doesn't want to have anything. Not that she didn't love her husband. She was just not, moved. And at that age, she wasn't even that old then. She wasn't that moved. And the husband had to beg her to say, don't drive me out. Please don't drive me out. Let's sort this thing out. So she decided to go to the office to get something for herself. So this is not something that one should be ashamed of, because if your husband wants pleasure and you don't want to drive your husband out of the house, then there is something that needs to be done. And the same thing for the man. If you really want your wife to be happy too, you need to take care of that area of your relationship. I would use the analogy that one of our members, that I had from one of our members just last week. He said it's like the engine of a car. We always service our cars so that it will keep running optimally. So every time, maybe 5,000 kilometers, or every 3 months or whatever, you take it to the mechanic workshop to work on the car, so that they change the oil, the grease, all the other parts that is in the car for it to start working well, or to continue to work well. If you don't do that, then there is a possibility that after some time, your car might break down. Or let's assume that you start hearing a noise in the engine, and you don't take it to the mechanic to have a look at it, at one point or the other, the engine might knock. And if it knocks, what happens? You now have to invest so much in another part to put it in. The same thing with even if you don't service your car. At some point or the other, you might have to spend more on that car to get it working. And that is the same way we need to look at our body. We need to have things that would, keep the body working well, especially if various situations within our environment affects us so much that we cannot, be at our optimal, pleasure or optimal working ability. Let me just put it like that. So if we need to have that part of our body working well, then we need to have something that can help us. It's not food that you will eat that is going to help you. I think normally for we women, there are some things that happen like that, and we are not as, I don't even know how to say it. But we don't, unlike men, we need more effort, to get going. And that is why men need to understand women very well and be patient with women. You can also support your woman when you know things like that is happening. So I'll show you again. This is the lady superior. It is a libido enhancer. And how do we know that a woman, or how do we recognize as women that maybe we have libido issues or whatever? The example of my friend running into the children's bedroom to avoid intimacy with the husband is a good example of that. Not because she doesn't love the husband. So when we know and we understand and we know what kind of assistance is needed, then we can address that situation very well. So one of the things is low desire. That's a noticeable decrease in sexual desire and interest for women. And difficulty in arousing. The arousal is not, it's very difficult coming up. That's trouble becoming sexually aroused even in intimate situations. And then another one is pain during your relationship and during the intercourse. That's experiencing discomfort or pain during sexual activity. That is one of the things that you can notice as a woman. Another thing is emotional impact. Feeling distressed or unhappy due to your lack of sexual satisfaction. Because, like I said, it's a two-way thing. Even when you are not satisfied, there is frustration in that situation. And then the other one is the relationship strain, which we want to avoid by recommending the Longrich Ladies Superior. There is a struggle in that relationship due to unsatisfying intimacy. It is better for we as women to take charge of that area of our lives and our family life, our relationship, than to let it go down the drain and allow the man to stray. Even without a reason, sorry men, even without a reason, men stray. And then you now want to give them a reason to stray. So that is why we need to talk about our sexuality, our libido. We need to talk about it as women. I know women will be coming in and out, and then they'll be saying, how can she talk like that? But let's be serious. Let us not put, I don't even know how to even say it. Because we women don't want to talk about certain things, including talking to our girls, our daughters about menstruation. We don't want to talk about it. A lot of girls learn about that in school. They learn it from older older people. And I think it's from generation down. Our parents, maybe the grandparents passed it down to our parents passed it down to us, and we don't talk about it. Sometimes I think about it that if I had a daughter, would I also do the same thing? But I don't think so. With everything happening around, with everything that I'm seeing, I think it is important for our daughters to know certain things. Don't let them hear from it outside. It's easier for you to be able to talk to them about it. Don't let them learn about it in school. What we tell them at home is really good, because even with my son, there are certain things I discuss with my son, even as a woman, as a mother. You know, maybe I won't go as deep as the father would talk, but yeah, there are certain things we'll talk about. So there is no shame about talking about women, female libido. If you are married, you need to be you and your husband need to talk about it, because you don't want to drive your husband out of the house. So this is being frank. There is nothing that we need to wrap in good clothing. If you know you are suffering from any of these things, you know you are not satisfied, you don't have that desire, you are running away, and then at what age? Even when you are 50, when you are 60, when you are 70, I mean, there is still certain things that you can still do. Even maybe not even 70, but yeah, they say Kosarubo Ghana. You know, there is no old person in Ghana like they say in my country. Everybody is young. Nowadays, you see people who are in their 70s, they look like people who are in their 50s, 40s or 50s. So life still goes on. Don't quench your life, your light. Don't quench it before your time. Don't give a man the opportunity to stray. Put fire back into that relationship. It is possible. You don't have to go far. Lady Superior will do that. You don't have to go far. This is a solution for it. And why do I say this is a solution for it? At my concluding part next week, I'm going to talk about the ingredients in the Lady Superior, so that you can hear about the benefits of these ingredients and know what these ingredients can do for you. So if you have any of these kind of issues, talk about it. Look for a solution. See what works. There is nothing wrong in you and your husband being together 50 years of marriage, 60 years of marriage, still holding hands, still loving each other, you know, because you did not allow that part of your relationship to die off when, you know, you were not feeling up to it. So ladies, this is for you. Longrich Lady Superior offers women, a natural way to address libido issues and enhance their overall sexual wellness. By understanding the ingredients and benefits that I will bring next week for you to really know about it, and even do your research yourself. Don't say I said it. You do your research when you hear about these products. Then you will know that women can make informed choices to improve their intimate lives. Recognizing the signs of low libido, which I have told you about, is the first step towards finding solution and rediscovering the pleasure of intimacy. I'm going to say that again. By recognizing the signs of low libido, which I said is low desire, difficulty arousing, pain during, intercourse, emotional impact, relationship strain. Those are the signs that you need to see and you need to recognize that you have low libido. And this is the first step towards finding solutions and rediscovering the pleasures of intimacy. Don't let stress or a busy life hold you back from enjoying a fulfilling sex life. So what are the things that, can bring strain or lack of libido? We live in an environment where there is so much stress. Women are, getting up the ladder. They are in the corporate world. There is a lot of stress happening. You take a lot of stress in your day-to-day job, and then you get home, you are exhausted, you can't do any other thing. And then again, there is that hormonal imbalance. For some women, they get to that menopausal age, they get there very fast, some get there slow, but because of different changes in our lives, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen, and it doesn't make you less of a woman. It only just requires you to know that there is a solution. You don't need to be frustrated. You don't need to send your man out of the house. Men too, you need to be understanding in this situation. You need to be very understanding. So don't let the stress of a busy lifestyle hold you back from what you are supposed to enjoy when you get back to your home. You need to try the Longrich Ladies Superior. And you need to unlock the pleasures that you have been missing and have your intimate life back together. You know, so your sexual well-being is worth investing in. It is worth investing in. We have a lot of relationships that have been damaged. We even have men who will talk to, you know, their friends and say, oh, my wife is not this, is not that. Men, you need to be very considerate when we are talking about this situation. I don't see what you're going to look out there when you opened your eyes to marry your wife or your partner. You made a commitment. So help each other to get this commitment going. Don't stray out there. It's not worth it. So for the men and for the women, you need to get yourselves back to a stage where either you started, and if things are dwindling, you just need a kind of stimulant, which is an organic libido enhancer. So this is for the woman, this is for the man. Women, men. This is a powerhouse that the couple needs, you know, to get their relationship going. So you need to claim your vitality and reignite that your passion. Women, there is nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing to be embarrassed about. Either you talk to a health professional, or you talk to somebody who can help you, or you reach out to me for the ladies superior. All you just need to do is just try it. When you see that it works, then you can discuss with your friends and let them know that there is something that is happening out there. And men, you know, I mentioned the other time that there is a way in which you can help your wife. You can buy for your wife. If you say, oh, this is Lady Superior, it's for libido, and I bought it for you, that fight will not end, because the lady will ask, oh, so why? Does it mean that I haven't been good? Does it mean that you are comparing me? You know, we women know how to think. You do something innocently, but you don't do it the right way, and then the thoughts will just spiral down, and then you wonder why. So you can buy one for yourself and just tell your wife, hey babe, I just bought this for myself. I want that powerhouse to, you know, to ignite and to explode. And I don't want to be the only one enjoying this one. So since there is a female version of it, I also want to get one for you. Let's take the children on holidays, or let's get the children out of the house so that we have the weekend to ourselves. Or let's go on a trip or whatever. Just do whatever, and just the two of you use it. So I hope women have listened. And for the man who wants to help the woman in his life, I hope you are also listening. Make that relationship work. Make that marriage work. Ignite that fire that was in that relationship when you started. Ignite it. Don't go out, men or women, don't go out looking at other things out there. repair what you have in your house. And it's as simple as this. So next week, like I said, I'm going to tell you about the ingredients in the Ladies Superior so that you are sure. There are some ingredients that, you know, I found that are similar in both, like the air legume or something like that. It's similar in the two products because it's both for the female and the male libido enhancement. So stay tuned next week and I will bring the ingredients to you and the benefits of each of those ingredients. But remember, if you don't take your car to the mechanic, it's going to break down. If there is no oil change, it's going to break down. If you wait for your car to get damaged, for the engine to get damaged, you are going to pay a lot to get it repaired. That's the same way our body works. Don't wait until your body breaks down. A lot of times we see the signs, but we ignore the signs. So don't wait until it gets to that critical stage where you have to run all over the place. So until I come again next week, stay tuned. And women, keep on rocking. We own the world. Don't let anyone put you down. All right? Take care. God bless. Bye.